Hello and welcome to Sleep Nest, a calm place for your mind to rest. Tonight, we'll take a gentle journey into the past, into warm memories and soft moments that help your body relax and your thoughts grow quiet. So now settle in. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and let yourself drift into peaceful sleep. Our story begins. The night had settled softly over the old town, wrapping every street and rooftop in a velvety darkness that seemed almost protective. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barked once and then grew quiet, as if even it understood that this hour belonged to stillness. And in this stillness, memories, long buried and half forgotten, began to rise like faint stars emerging in a twilight sky. You close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath. The world around you fades, and suddenly you find yourself walking through an ancient road you once knew, though you can't remember when. The stones beneath your feet are worn smooth, glistening faintly as though touched by moonlight. The air is cool, gentle, and carries the scent of old wood, baked bread, and something sweet you cannot name, something familiar. As you walk, the sound of your footsteps echoes, but softly, almost like the footsteps of a child. And indeed, the longer you listen, the more you realize that these echoes belong not to the present, but to a faraway time. Your own laughter as a child, the hurried tapping of small feet running home before sunset, the distant chatter of voices you once knew. There is a house at the end of the road, its wooden walls warm with memories, its windows glowing faintly. Though you do not remember ever living here, your heart feels a pull, as if it recognizes something your mind has forgotten. The door creaks open by itself, inviting you in. Warm light spills out, lighting the threshold in gold. Inside, everything seems suspended between reality and dream. Dust motes float lazily in the air. The wooden floor creaks in the same familiar rhythm you remember hearing decades ago. A small table stands by the window, where a candle flickers gently, casting waves of amber light across the room. The flame dances as though greeting you. You walk further in and the atmosphere changes. You hear soft whispers, not frightening but soothing, like the murmur of old stories being told by someone you once loved, perhaps a grandmother's voice, or an elder who always knew how to calm your restless heart. The whispers say nothing you can clearly understand, yet every sound feels like reassurance, like home. A rocking chair sits in one corner, moving slowly back and forth even though no one is seated in it. The wood creaks rhythmically, matching the slow, steady beat of your breathing. You approach it, placing your hand on the armrest. It is warm, unexpectedly warm, like the lingering touch of someone who has just risen from the seat. The warmth triggers a memory, a moment long ago when you sat wrapped in a blanket while gentle hands brushed your hair. You cannot recall the face, but the feeling, that deep, enveloping sense of safety, returns so vividly that your throat tightens. You sit in the rocking chair and let the motion sway you. For a moment, time folds in on itself, and you are both the child in the memory and the adult sitting here now. Outside, the wind begins to whisper, its voice threading through the cracks in the wooden walls like an old lullaby. The melody is not clear, yet you recognize its rhythm. It is the sound of evenings from long ago, when the world felt slower, softer, kinder, when worries were small and dreams were wide. A faint tapping sound draws your attention. On the opposite side of the room, an old chest sits beneath the window. Its metal hinges are rusted and the wood is cracked from age, but something about it glows faintly, as if calling to you. You stand and walk toward it, feeling the soft floorboards bend gently under your feet. When you open the chest, a rush of warm air escapes, carrying with it a smell so familiar that your heart pauses. Sun-warmed fabric, lavender, childhood summers. Inside, you find objects. A faded photograph, its edges curled. A seashell that shimmers softly. A notebook filled with handwriting too smudged to read. And a small glass bottle containing a tiny flickering light. You lift the bottle and the glow reflects in your eyes. The light pulses softly like a heartbeat. When you hold it closer, memories bloom behind your eyelids, running through fields, your hands brushing through tall grass, watching sunsets that painted the sky in colors you no longer see, hearing laughter pure and free echoing through an open meadow. These moments feel like they happened centuries ago, and yet only yesterday. The light inside the bottle grows brighter, then dimmer, as if breathing. You hold it against your chest, and warmth spreads through you like the gentle weight of a blanket. It is the warmth of belonging, of returning to something you didn't even know you lost. The room around you deepens into an even softer glow. The candle flame steadies. The rocking chair becomes still. The whispers fade into nothing more than the sound of your slow, calm breathing. Then lightly, so lightly it's almost imagined, you hear footsteps behind you. You turn, but no one stands there. Instead, a shadowy doorway has appeared along the wall, leading into a hallway lined with memories. You take a tentative step inside, and the atmosphere changes again. Not colder, not darker, but deeper, as if each breath you take pulls you further into the quiet heart of the past. Walls rise on both sides, filled with framed pictures. Every frame holds a scene you have lived but forgotten. A rainy afternoon, your hand pressed to a foggy window. A cup of tea shared with someone whose voice you can still feel. A night under the stars when everything seemed possible. The images do not stay still. They move gently, looping endlessly like living fragments. As you walk, the hallway grows longer, stretching into soft shadows. Every memory you pass releases another layer of tension from your body. The tightness in your shoulders unwinds. The heaviness in your chest melts like ice under sunlight. Even your heartbeat slows, syncing with the rhythm of steps you once took as a child on quiet roads like this one. Ahead, the hallway opens into another room, a bedroom from long ago, though you cannot remember whose. The bed is covered in a soft, quilted blanket with patterns that seem to shift like ocean waves. A window stands open, letting in a breeze that smells like rain on old soil. The air hums with tranquility. You sit on the edge of the bed and close your eyes again. In the darkness behind your eyelids, memories swirl. The first time you held a book and felt the magic of stories. The first time you looked up at the moon and felt small yet safe. The first time you slept without fear. These memories wrap around you like invisible hands, guiding you gently into surrender. The room grows quieter and quieter until all you can hear is your own slow breath. And then, softly, a voice you cannot identify, perhaps your own, perhaps from the past, whispers. You are safe here, you can rest. And you believe it. Every part of you believes it. There was a time, long before the worries of today ever touched your mind, when life moved slower, softer, like a gentle river flowing through warm summer afternoons. And tonight, as you rest, we return to that time, a time when the world felt bigger, yet somehow safer, a time when every sound, every light, every breath carried a kind of warmth that stayed in the memory long after the moment had passed. You may remember evenings when the sky dimmed into deep shades of blue and violet, when the air cooled enough to soften your thoughts, and when distant sounds, maybe laughter, maybe the wind, maybe the hum of life drifted calmly through the quiet. Those evenings had a way of settling into the heart, leaving a peaceful echo that still lives somewhere inside you. And now, as you breathe slowly, you begin to feel that same calmness returning, wrapping around your body like a soft blanket. Perhaps you remember a small street, or a familiar yard, or a room lit only by the faint glow of a lamp. Memories like these have edges that blur over time, not because they are forgotten, but because they become gentler. You might see them not as sharp images, but as soft impressions, the warmth of a light, the shape of a shadow, the smell of old wood, the comforting quiet of a home at night. These details don't need to be perfect. They don't need to be complete. Their softness is what makes them peaceful. As you walk deeper into this memory, imagine the world around you slowing down. The ground beneath your feet feels stable, familiar. The air is mild, carrying the scent of distant rain or the stillness of a quiet night. Nothing rushes you. Nothing presses on your thoughts. Everything simply exists, calmly, gently, softly, and you walk through it with a quiet heart. You may find yourself remembering the way night felt long ago, how it used to stretch endlessly, like a soft dream you could wander inside without fear. Nights held a special kind of magic then, the kind that wrapped around your mind and whispered that everything was safe, everything was exactly where it needed to be. And now that same feeling returns to you again. Your shoulders loosen, your breath deepens. The weight you carried throughout the day fades, slipping away like sand drifting through your fingers. Somewhere in this quiet memory, there is a sound, maybe the soft rustling of leaves, maybe the gentle breath of wind passing through an open window, or maybe the faraway echo of footsteps on a peaceful street. Whatever it is, it doesn't disturb you. It comforts you. It reminds you of calm evenings when life felt simple, when the world felt much kinder than you realized at the time. Every sound in this place soothes your mind, guiding you deeper into rest. As you continue walking through these old, familiar moments, you notice small details, a dim light reflecting on a window, the soft dust floating in the glow, the texture of a wall you once leaned on, the quiet rhythm of something in the distance. These small details gently anchor you, not in the past itself, but in the warm feeling of remembering. Your mind becomes lighter, drifting easily between breath and memory, between now and then, between wakefulness and the edges of sleep. There was always a moment at the end of those peaceful days when time seemed to pause, a stillness that settled over everything. Maybe it happened right before sleep, or right when everything in the house grew quiet. It was the moment when the world felt at its softest. And right now, you feel that moment again. That same softness enters your chest, fills your lungs, settles in your heartbeat. You may notice how your body feels warmer, heavier, yet completely safe. Your hands relax, your jaw loosens, your breath slows into a natural rhythm that carries you gently forward, deeper into rest. The more you let go, the more these old memories seem to open, like a book slowly unfolding its pages, revealing warm pieces of a time when life felt slow and safe. Imagine a small doorway in the memory, not a real door, but a symbolic one, a quiet passage leading deeper into comfort. When you step through it, the air becomes even softer. The lights grow warmer. The night becomes calmer. Every sound becomes a lullaby. This is a place within your own mind, shaped by your own experiences, carrying the softness of years long gone. You can stay here as long as you want. Nothing rushes you. Nothing distracts you. This moment is yours. The road behind you fades. The worries of today lose their shape. The only thing that remains is the soothing calmness of the memory you are walking through. A memory built from warmth, peace, and gentle echoes of a time when everything felt quiet and safe. Your mind drifts like a feather on calm water, floating effortlessly. As you reach the heart of the memory, you feel something like a soft glow, not a light you can see, but a feeling of comfort rising through your chest, spreading to your shoulders, your neck, your face. Each breath carries this glow deeper. Each breath relaxes you more. And slowly, gently, the world inside your mind becomes even quieter. The night wraps around you. The quiet warms you. The memory settles softly in your heart. And you drift deeper, softer, warmer, into peaceful rest. There is a certain kind of silence that only appears in distant memories, a silence that is not empty but full of feelings, full of warmth, full of echoes from a time when life carried a different rhythm. As you drift deeper into this journey, that silence begins to surround you gently, like soft mist settling on calm water. It's not the silence of loneliness. It's the silence of peace, the silence of quiet nights long ago when everything seemed to slow down just enough for your heart to breathe freely. In this quiet, you start to remember nights when the world outside felt larger, yet the space around you felt safe. Maybe there was a dim light somewhere nearby, flickering softly. Maybe there were soft shadows dancing on the walls, shaped by the glow of a street lamp or the moonlight slipping through half-closed curtains. These shapes were never frightening. They were familiar, gentle, light companions in the stillness of childhood nights. As you step deeper into this memory, you feel the air cool around you, carrying a faint scent, a smell of old books, or wooden furniture, or the breeze after a light rain. The scent feels comforting, like a whisper reminding you of a time when your mind was quieter, your worries fewer, and your nights simpler. And now, in this moment, that simplicity returns. It fills the space around you, softening everything your heart has been holding. Perhaps somewhere in this memory, there was a window you used to look through. Maybe you watched the night sky, filled with stars like tiny lanterns scattered across a calm, dark ocean. You might remember leaning your head against the cool glass, hearing the faint hum of the evening world outside, cars passing in the distance, wind moving through the trees, someone talking softly several streets away. Everything felt far enough not to disturb you, yet close enough to feel alive. And now, just like back then, these sounds drift faintly through your memory, soft, blurred, distant, like echoes wrapped in velvet. They do not pull your attention. They gently guide it, helping your thoughts glide further into comfort. Every sound becomes part of the lullaby that the night sings to you as you wander through these peaceful recollections. You may notice how the ground beneath your feet in this memory feels steady, smooth, familiar. Maybe it's a hallway you walked through many times, or a quiet street lit by weak yellow lamps, or a room where soft fabrics and warm colors made everything feel softer. No matter what the place looks like, its feeling is what matters, the gentle feeling of belonging, of safety, of quietness settling inside your chest like a warm glow. As you explore further, the memory begins to shift, not in a dramatic way, but slowly, like pages turning in a book made of light and softness. You might find yourself sitting somewhere, perhaps a small corner of a room where you once felt calm. Maybe you remember the way your hands rested in your lap, the way your shoulders dropped naturally, the way your eyes grew heavy as the night deepened. You didn't have to try to relax back then. It happened on its own, and now it happens again. Your body remembers the feeling. Your heart remembers the rhythm. Imagine the soft hum of a quiet fan somewhere in the background, or the gentle ticking of a clock marking time calmly, or the distant echo of footsteps fading into silence. These small sounds wrap around your thoughts, slowing them, softening them, turning them into gentle ripples on still water. Nothing sharp remains, nothing loud, nothing heavy, only softness. In this memory space, the air begins to warm just slightly, like the gentle presence of someone who once made you feel safe. You may feel it on your arms, your neck, your face. It's not a physical heat. It's the warmth of calmness settling in your breath, spreading through your chest and into your limbs. Each inhale feels like comfort entering your body. Each exhale feels like weight drifting away. As you sit within this memory, you begin to remember how nights felt long ago, how the dark was never something to fear, but something that held you like a quiet embrace. The night had a softness to it, a kindness. It felt like a world you could trust. And tonight, once again, that feeling returns. Slowly, naturally, comfortably. Picture a small pathway stretching out before you, a path made not of stone or earth, but of quiet moments, soft lights, warm emotions. With each step you take along this path, you feel lighter. Your thoughts grow slower. Your eyes feel heavier. The night grows warmer around you. You walk not to reach a destination, but to drift into deeper peace. The memory shifts again. Perhaps you hear someone speaking in the distance, not clearly, but softly, like a lullaby from another room. Or maybe you remember the faint glow of a hallway light left on during late evenings. These quiet details remind you that you were never truly alone, even when the world was dark. There was always something gentle nearby, a light, a sound, a feeling, guiding you into rest. Now, as the memory deepens, your breath begins to match the calm rhythm of the night. Slow, quiet, steady. Your heart relaxes. Your muscles soften. The glow inside your chest expands, becoming a cushion of warmth that holds you in place. Every part of your body begins to slow down, like a peaceful wave settling into shore. You find yourself in the center of the memory now, the softest, quietest part. Here, everything is peaceful. The night is calm. The world is gentle. The past and present blur into one warm moment. Your mind drifts like a leaf floating on calm water, turning slowly, peacefully, without effort. This place within you, this warm, quiet space, exists for you whenever you need it. And tonight, it guides you gently onward, deeper into rest, deeper into softness, deeper into the embrace of sleep. Your thoughts fade into whispers. Your breath becomes the only sound you follow. And the night wraps around you, holding you safely, just like long ago. You are drifting. You are relaxing. You are sinking into peace. And the journey continues softly, as you move closer and closer to deep, healing sleep. As you continue drifting through the quiet corridors of memory, the air around you grows even softer, warmer, and calmer. The night is no longer just a backdrop. It becomes a companion, walking with you through the gentle landscapes of the past. These landscapes do not belong to any single place or time. They are made of feelings, emotions, and bits of distant evenings that blend together into one soothing, peaceful world. Imagine now that you are walking through a place where the sky is always in twilight, a soft blue mixed with deep purple, as if the sun has just set and the stars are preparing to awaken. The horizon glows faintly, wrapping everything in a quiet golden haze that makes the world feel both endless and intimate. The air is neither warm nor cold. It rests comfortably on your skin, like a familiar touch from someone who once made you feel safe. You take slow steps along a narrow path lined with tall grass. The grass sways gently with each breeze, and the sound it makes is like a soft whisper, encouraging you to relax even more deeply. As you walk, your breath naturally falls into rhythm with the movements around you. The world seems to breathe with you, inhaling when you inhale, exhaling when you exhale, creating a harmony that settles quietly inside your chest. Far ahead, you see the outline of trees. Their branches stretch outward like open arms, forming a natural archway above the path. As you step beneath the arch, the world grows quieter. The leaves rustle gently, their movements producing a faint, soothing melody. This melody is not something you hear with your ears, you feel it deep in your heart. Like the echo of a childhood lullaby long forgotten, yet instantly familiar. As you continue forward, the ground beneath your feet becomes softer, not grass anymore, but a smooth carpet of fallen leaves. They cushion every step, muffling sound, making it feel as if you are gliding rather than walking. The scent of the leaves rises into the air, a soft, earthy fragrance that reminds you of rainy afternoons, warm rooms, and quiet evenings spent in comfort. With every breath, your body relaxes further, sinking deeper into this warm, peaceful memory world. Eventually, you come to a clearing. In the center lies a small, still pond. Its surface is so calm, so smooth, that it reflects the sky like a mirror. You step closer to the water and look into the reflection. But instead of seeing yourself, you see shapes of memories, gentle scenes from long ago. You see yourself sitting near a window during a quiet evening, listening to distant sounds of life outside. You see a room where warm light filled every corner. You see a moment where you felt calm, even if you didn't notice it at the time. These reflections ripple softly as if acknowledging your presence. The pond holds not just images, it holds feelings. Feelings of safety, feelings of warmth, feelings of being cared for by the quiet embrace of the night. As you stare into the water, a soft breeze passes over the pond. Ripples spread across the surface, merging the reflections together until they blur into one glowing picture, a picture of peace. The glow reaches out to you, wrapping around your body like a warm blanket. It settles on your shoulders, your chest, your back, your arms. With each passing second, you feel yourself growing lighter, calmer, more relaxed. You decide to sit by the pond. The ground is soft, cool, and steady beneath you. As you rest, you feel the weight of the day melting away. All the thoughts that once felt heavy begin to soften. They no longer push or pull at your mind. They simply drift into the stillness around you, dissolving into the quiet air. Above you, the first stars of the night appear, small, delicate dots of silver scattered across the deepening sky. One by one, they shimmer, growing brighter as the evening deepens. Their gentle glow reflects upon the pond, turning the water into a slow-moving galaxy of soft, flickering lights. You feel your eyelids growing heavier. Your breathing slows further. Your muscles loosen completely. It feels as though the stars themselves are guiding you into deeper rest, their faint glow whispering calmness into your thoughts. You tilt your head back slightly, watching the sky shift from twilight to night. Everything around you seems to slow down until time itself is no longer something you sense, only peace remains. After a while, you rise gently from your place by the pond and continue down a small pathway that opens from the clearing. This path leads through a soft meadow where fireflies drift slowly through the air. Their tiny, floating lights blink gently, each one glowing like a tiny heartbeat in the night. You watch them with quiet admiration, feeling their slow rhythm synchronize with your breath. As you walk, the world grows more dreamlike. The edges of the trees blur softly. The colors fade into gentle shades of blue and silver. Even the air feels lighter, filled with the soft hum of night insects singing their calming harmonies. Eventually, you reach a wooden bridge, old, simple, yet stable beneath your feet. The wood carries a faint scent of time, warmth, and distant rain. As you walk across the bridge, your steps make the softest creaking sounds, each one blending into the quiet night like a whispered note in a lullaby. On the other side of the bridge, the path widens into an open field filled with tall, glowing flowers. They sway slowly with the breeze, their petals shining with a soft, magical light. As you move among them, their glow reflects on your skin, creating a halo of warmth around your body. Every step feels softer than the last. Every breath feels deeper, smoother, more peaceful. The field stretches far into the distance, disappearing into the soft darkness of the night. Yet you feel no fear. Instead, you feel welcomed, as if the night itself is guiding you forward, telling you, you are safe, you are calm, you are free here. And as you continue walking, the world becomes even gentler. The sky, the ground, the air, everything blends into one soft melody of peace. Your heartbeat slows, your thoughts quiet, your body relaxes fully. The night carries you like a gentle river, moving slowly, steadily, deeper into rest, deeper into comfort, deeper into dreams. Today, that's all for now. You can close your eyes and drift into a peaceful sleep. Sweet dreams, and we will continue tomorrow. Thank you for watching.